Happy Manga Monday! As the title of this video says, we are talking about beautiful covers of nostalgic series. For me personally, these are series I collected when I was younger or just starting collecting again. So I have a special place in my heart for them, and I think they have gorgeous, gorgeous covers and art all the way through. So I just really wanted to highlight beautiful covers one more time this month of July, since we are finishing up with the beautiful manga cover challenge that I was doing over on my Instagram. This is your chance to go follow me over on Instagram if you haven't already. My username is MsManga_Pics, P-I-C-S. So yeah, I hope to see you over there. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, please do. And hopefully you recognize some of the nostalgic series I'm going to be talking about. I have my lovely Cardcaptor Sakura shirt on. Isn't she a cutie? Oh my god, I love this shirt so much. And yeah, I mean, I guess that just leads us right into my first choice. For a nostalgic series with beautiful covers, can't go wrong with Cardcaptor Sakura. So I could have chosen the first American printing by Tokyopop because those are some beautiful covers. Could have chosen the omnibuses from Dark Horse because although they're really thick and chunky and kind of annoying to read, they do have beautiful covers. But I had to choose this beautiful, stunning, I mean amazing work of art, the collector's editions by Kodansha. So yeah, they're very thin, but god dang, they're beautiful. I need to find a way to display these like on a shelf because so pretty. Like, oh my god, I just can't stop staring at each cover. So please excuse me while I drool over these beautiful covers. But yeah, I just I grew up watching a lot of anime, unbeknownst to me, because I just called them all cartoons. But yeah, Cardcaptor Sakura was one of my favorites. Do I think the anime stood up that well? I did try to start it again on Netflix, but I didn't get very far. Kind of, it might have gotten better if I'd given it more of a chance. But as of now, I can confidently say though, that the manga stands the test of time. I had reread this one like right around the pandemic era, so not too long ago. And I really enjoyed myself. All the characters were so likable, but they all like develop throughout the series. They all have their own charms and adorable traits. And yeah, if you somehow don't know what Cardcaptor Sakura is about, either you are very young, and I feel very old, or you were living under a shonen rock. So I'll give you a quick little synopsis. Obviously, it is a magical girl series like Sailor Moon and many others, but I really love this one. I'd say this one was probably my gateway, like more into the manga sphere. Even though Fruits Basket was my first manga I really got into and collected the whole series, I picked up like the anime versions of the manga, which if anyone remembers those, comment below. I still have my 3 random volumes I bought, but they pretty much just have screen grabs of the anime's like episodes telling the story. But yeah, I got some of those because I love the anime so much. And then I eventually picked up the manga of it. So yeah, this was near and dear to my heart and still is. So this story follows a young girl named Sakura, a middle schooler, and she ends up wandering into her dad's library and opens up a book that just so happens to have these mysterious cloud cards inside. So she accidentally releases the cloud cards into Japan and is then tasked by their guardian, Cerebus, to go and then collect all the cards and put them back in the book. because they can wreak havoc in the world. And then when she gets a card, she can like use kind of like its magic power. So like windy, when she collects that card, she can then use like a wind ability, you know? So it's just very simple, straightforward premise in the beginning. It's very, very cute. And yeah, I mean, it gets like deeper and more to it as it goes on, which I think is really great. But in the beginning anyway, it's pretty episodic and just cute. And one thing I super duper always loved about this one, unlike in like Sailor Moon, which I still love, by the way, and could have easily featured it, but 2 magical girls seem like too many. And I didn't get into the manga actually of Sailor Moon until much later. But yeah, so anyway, in Sailor Moon, they always magically transform into pretty much one outfit. That's like their go-to outfit. Sometimes they get like an outfit upgrade with a new ability or power or whatever. But basically they get one outfit that they always transform into. That's not the case in this one. She doesn't transform into any outfit. Instead, she has her best friend, Tomoyo, and I love her so much. And she's like the daughter of like a fashion person, and she also likes creating these lavish and creative costumes for Sakura to wear each time she has to battle a cloud card. I love Tomoyo, she's great, I love her. So she gets these really cute, distinct, interesting, and different outfits every single battle because of her, and I think that's just an added fun little flair to this series that most other magical girl series don't really have. And yeah, there's a larger cast of characters that kind of get drawn into it as the story unfolds. But yeah, it's just, it's so good. And I know, you know, it might seem like a childish series or like for kids exclusively, but like I said, I have reread it and I think it really stands up to be able to be enjoyed by anyone at any age. So yeah, if you love beautiful artwork like I do, Clamp's artwork does not disappoint. This could be a really good gateway into Clamp itself too, because they have a large library under their belt of series they've done. And yeah, I just think it's a fun magical girl series that is worth checking out. So I kind of did this intentionally, but I started with a shoujo and now I'm switching to a shonen. And one of my absolute favorite shonen growing up has ridiculously beautiful covers in my opinion. And that series is Pandora Hearts. The first volume, you know, would understand if you're like, it's nothing special, but it gets better. Anyway, like many series that I actually collected when I was a kid, I watched the anime first, and sadly the anime only has like, I could be wrong, I think it's like 1 season, 2 parts to it. So it definitely doesn't even scrape the tippy top of the iceberg of this series, because this series, it'll take you for a ride, believe you me. And I think it's a really great one. I do really want to reread it because I was reading it at least halfway through as the volumes were coming out, and there's just so much mystery, so much to the plot, so many characters that I really do recommend reading it, you know, when you have the whole collection and you can just go through it without having to wait for new installments of it. Cause yeah, I don't know, there's a lot going on, and though it might seem like it's too much at some points, it does really all cohesively come together in the end, in my opinion, with a great ending. So it does not disappoint to me anyway. It's a beautiful, nostalgic series. And yeah, so it does have a little bit of a Alice in Wonderland je ne sais quoi. There are themes of I don't know why I chose to say it like that, but there are themes of Alice in Wonderland throughout this series, and a very dark, time-bendy, time shenanigans, mystery element connecting it all. So yeah, like it has pretty much everything I adore. So no wonder I liked it so much. So this particular story begins at the celebration of the 15-year-old Oz's coming of age ceremony, which quickly turns to horror when he is condemned for a sin which he knows nothing about, and he is promptly thrown into the abyss, which is as bad as it sounds. An eternal prison from which there is no escape. But inside the abyss, Oz meets a mysterious girl named Alice, who is not altogether what she seems to be, and can possibly provide Oz with the shred of hope he needs to escape from the abyss and figure out why he was put there to begin with. So yeah, like I said, a lot of mystery in this one, which I love. A lot of the characters, big cast of characters. So I think you'll find at least one character that you really can enjoy. There are dark and twisted characters that you learn more about and gain a deeper appreciation for. And there are more mysterious characters you might not learn everything about, but they pop in and out. I think all the characters are so interesting and well written and fun throughout this series that I think that and the mystery element really kept me engrossed with this one, even when it starts to lose me. I'm not gonna lie, it gets a bit twisty and a bit bendy and a bit what the heck am I reading? But don't worry, we'll all kind of circle back and come together. And yeah, and then of course I really do love Alice, and this is the final volume. It is 24 volumes long, so it's a decently good-sized series, and I think appropriately so. Luckily, it did not get canceled early, or else it would not have had the time to really bring all those pieces together. And yeah, I really adore this one. I can't recommend it enough. I think Young Press brought this, I've seen it, I don't know if it's still in print and in stock, but a very beautiful collection of it. I'll like put a picture of it, which I was so tempted to get it, but I'm like, I don't need it. I have these and they're very beautiful. They have very beautiful illustrations on them. Like I could have grabbed more, but I just tried to give you a little snippet of some of the ones I thought were really pretty. But yeah, this doesn't even scratch the surface. There are like 24 beautiful volumes in my opinion. Any of that appeals to you, I definitely think you'll enjoy this one. It seems kind of cutesy at times, but it does get surprisingly deep and emotional like as it goes on. I think it hits some really good emotional moments, and it takes you through the ringer of like everything. Like it starts off kind of more shonen-y, where it's just like figure out the mystery, gotta get back. Oh, something happened while I was gone and things are different now. You'll have to read to find out what. Since it wasn't in the synopsis, I'm not giving it away. But yeah, Oz returns to a world that's not exactly how we left it. And there's just so much to keep you engrossed in this one. So I want more people to read this one. I think there will be a decent amount of you, hopefully, that have read it. But yeah, sound off in the comments if you have read this one and what your thoughts are. I hope you loved it as much as I did, but I understand that we can't all love the same thing. So. But yeah, I recommend this one as a fun, darker, mysterious, twisty read that will make you feel like you went down the rabbit hole, all right? Last up, we have two series that I think are gonna be much less known than these two. Like, I started off with the most well-known and I'm making my way down into ones that less people I think would have heard of. And next up, of course, I have my josei title. So it just worked out this way, which was fun. And that is Walkin' Butterfly. So spoilers on the fact that you can't get a complete English series of this one. Sadly, there is 4 volumes. I can at least only find 3 that were printed, which I just hate when it's just 1 volume. You just need to give me 1 more volume. It's so depressing. But I read the ending of it online and I think it comes together really nicely, and I really love it. But yeah, so Walking Butterfly is a really short josei about the metamorphosis of Michiko. So Michiko's a girl on the cover here, and she is a tall girl that never felt like she really fit in anywhere, literally. She's always felt different and can't accept herself. Her height is matched only by her complex about it. I love that line. But yeah, definitely in the beginning, she's very conscious of her height, very awkward and uncomfortable about it. But while she's delivering pizza for her job, that just so happens to be at a fashion show, she is mistaken for a model and thrust on stage. Mihara, the show's designer, confronts her and tells her that she can't walk the catwalk because she doesn't know her true self. From that moment on, Michiko is determined to find her place in the world as a model and as a young woman. So yeah, it's just like a lot about your inner strength and finding yourself. And you know, it's that perfect age of like, I think she's late teens, early 20s, just like kind of directionless, aimless, and this really gives her a goal and a path to really go down and find her determination and her beauty, like to love herself. So yeah, I just think it's a really beautiful story, and it has these gorgeous sketchy kind of covers that just really drew me, from the color to the quality of the artwork. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And of course I love Michiko's story, her transformation. She's very like aggressive and kind of abrasive in the beginning, I would say. But yeah, you just really see her ups and downs and her struggles, and you just, you know, I really love her. And I think as it has a lot to do with modeling and the fashion industry, you might be making parallels in your mind to Paradise Kiss. And though I will agree with you that there are a lot of similarities between them, although the characters come off very, very differently. Like, you can definitely tell the two stories apart. They are very distinct, other than the kind of world that they both coincidentally revolve around. And yeah, I will say, I don't want to say like too much, but I will say it's pretty different ending-wise to Paradise Kiss, if you know anything about Paradise Kiss, for better or for worse, because some might really, really love the ending of that one. I have mixed feelings on it, but this one just left me feeling very warm, very like at peace and excited for Michiko and her future, and more hopeful, romantic kind of way. So yeah, that, I don't know, I don't want to give too much away, but I want people to read this one. I really love somehow for this to be reprinted and just to have the whole series in print, but that is probably a pipe dream. If I could at least get one person out there to get interested in this story and check it out, at least I'll call that a win. I think Walking Butterfly is a beautiful story inside and out. And last up, we have the seinen category, and we have Saikano. So I literally picked this up on a whim, ordered it, I think off of Amazon early on when I got back into wanting to read and collect manga. And I think partially I was intrigued by the covers that, again, have a very sketchy, very, I don't know, just like a very like cute quality about them that draws me in. And yeah, you'll see there's covers I like even better than the first volume's cover, but it definitely drew me in. And I love the little sci-fi romance twist of this series. So the shy Chisei and nervous Shuji are high school seniors in a small town, and they've just started dating actually. But everything changes when Shuji discovers that Chisei has actually been engineered by the Japanese self-defense force to transform into the ultimate weapon. it's a twist, right? You didn't see that one coming unless you already knew the series. So yeah, soon Chisei is torn between realizing her potential as a devastating fighting force and a desire to share a bowl of ramen with her new boyfriend. It's very much fluctuating between slice of life romance and like intense war and conflict. I will say, if you want the action and the war aspect, it is much more on the back burner in this series. You don't really see Chisei like fighting all that much. It is more focused on her inner struggles and her relationship with Shuji. So yeah, I just think it's very different and really stands out in the romance sphere with that sci-fi twist to it. But I say that with the caveat that I don't think it's like super duper lovey-dovey romance or anything, because like it's got these big stakes to it and we get these like beautiful but tragic moments between these two. Yeah, it's the one that'll leave you feeling a little bittersweet, I think. I mean, you're going into this knowing that she has been transformed into an ultimate weapon. You see early on the effects of like large-scale war and devastating consequences and stuff in this futuristic world that it's set in, but yet you get these day-to-day, very like mundane almost, and very relatable situations, because these two are just high schoolers at the end of the day. So like there's the high stakes and the very much more grounded romance that's taking place in the forefront of it all. I think it's a really touching story, and the dichotomy between young love and devastation of war, really like an interesting edge to it. So yeah, I root for these guys the whole way through. I think they're so cute and adorable, and I just wish like things could go easier for them, you know? You know, the war keeps escalating and they keep struggling through it all, and I just really want people to read this series. I don't know how easy it is to get your hands on anymore. I don't think it's in print anymore, but it's really good. Yeah, in the end, it's very much a crazy take on a coming of age and young love story. And yeah, whoever is the editor that had this editor's choice, I think they made a great choice, because this is just a very well-rounded, interesting, philosophical at times, and yeah, the dichotomy. Like I said, the dichotomy between the themes, the dichotomy between the focus of the story is just, I think it's what gives it that flair and uniqueness. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about this one. I wish more people would have checked this out. I'm really curious if you could comment below if you've read this and what your thoughts, you know, no spoilers, but you know, your thoughts are on this one. Because again, it's a series I'd really like to reread, because it's been a minute since I've read it, and it really touched me when I read it, when I, you know, collected it and stuff. So I'd be interested to see how it made me feel today and what would be the same and what would have changed. But yeah, just a very interesting one to end it on. And yeah, those were my 4 picks for nostalgic series with beautiful covers. I can't recommend them enough. I think they're really great, unique, fun, and just enjoyable series all around. And I really am curious if anybody's read the last 2, because definitely a little bit more on the obscure end of the manga spectrum, I guess. And yeah, if you like this video, please do hit the thumbs up. It really helps with engagement and the algorithm and the yada 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 I have to say for YouTube. And of course, I love to see that you like this video, and I love reading through all your comments, so I appreciate those so very much. And yeah, this is the end of a month, and so next time I see you, hopefully I'll be seeing you again, will be for my July haul video. I got a lot of good stuff. I got way too many first volumes. Just so many things looked interesting to me. I couldn't help myself. But yeah, a lot of good stuff, a lot of things I was really happy to read, and yeah, so I can't wait to share them all with you. And until then, bye!